players of this match.
Yeah, so we're doing actually we're starting out with doubles. So we got who do we have? We have Wookiee and
transition in a second. Don't worry.
Okay, nice.
Technology. But yeah, let's get underway. About to go ahead and kick off doubles here at Hitstun 3. Let's do this.
All right. So we got Wookiee and Mardush down on your right. Kane and Kirbstomper on your left. Kane and Kirbstomper are from Georgia, actually.
That's right. All of the Georgia players, unfortunately, had a string of bad luck and happened to all miss their flights simultaneously. But we're glad that they were able to go ahead and find some new flights and make it out here. Great to see some representation from Georgia as well. Wookiee and Mardush, I believe they're both representing California. Mardush, I think, might be in Colorado now, but
Wookiee has made like huge improvements since last major tournament. I played him in a money match and he beat me. He was just really efficient. I was really surprised. But look for Kane, player 1, the Falcon, to do some damage in this double. He's a really good player as well.
And especially when you're looking at this team composition, you have Pikachu, who, even though many consider Pikachu to be the best character in the game, is combo fodder for Falcon. So you can expect Kane to get some really big punishes if he can maybe land one of those grabs.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing is, like, this is team, so you have to remember his teammate, Pikachu's teammate can always try to break up those combos. Falcon just can't play his standard game here. He's got to be aware of the whole stage.
And we saw the lack of awareness there. Kane actually committing a bit of friendly fire. It resulted in him taking a stock from his own teammate, but he's hoping to go ahead and make up for it. I love the presence of mind. He went to go ahead and go after the Kirby player because he knew that if he did that, he'd be able to open up the left side of the stage for his teammate who was trying to recover.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of going for that edge guard, he kind of engages the Kirby. When he makes it back to the stage.
But gets scooped up by that up tilt. That's so much range. And
down B.
What a fantastic setup that we saw there. Great little forward tilt. Doesn't even need to hold onto the ledge. Falcon has absolutely horrendous recovery, especially when he loses that double jump, so he's not going to be making it back anytime soon. Right now, stock count in favor of the blue team, but relatively high percents. I can maybe see a situation where Kirby might be losing that stock relatively soon.
Yeah, and Kirby ends up hitting Falcon toward the center of the stage, which he didn't want to do. He wanted to get an edge guard on the left side, so now Falcon's back and Kirby's stock is gone. So this match is really tight right now.
So, if I remember correctly, Wookiee is playing as Pikachu, correct?
Wookiee should be playing as Pikachu. Yeah, now they just switched it on your screen on your top right.
Cool.
Mardush is Falcon.
Okay, so what is it right now though? It's making this really big deficit. I mean, you obviously have the issue with Kirby being such a hard counter to Falcon, but what do you think it is that's making it so that we're not really seeing the same level of dominance that we were expecting?
You know, in teams you just never know what can happen. You know, you can't consider a person's singles skill level absolute in teams. A lot of people are much better at teams or much worse at teams. So this match could really go either way right now, and we're seeing 5 stocks to 3. So, you know, blue has a healthy lead right now, but it could definitely switch around.
Oh, man, and you saw that Wookiee tried to go ahead and get a second interruption, but was unable to do so. The share stock is going to be forced out of Mardush, who's down to 1 stock yet again. Wookiee trying to hold back a little bit. 122% on him means that he has to be cautious. He knows that one big back throw from Pikachu will be just enough to go ahead and send him out of stocks.
Yeah, and on the right side of the stage, we saw Kirby in a little bit of trouble, and Pikachu on the blue team managed to come help, and that's the difference there. You get your teammates saving stocks for you like that, and that's why you have a lead here of 1 stock. But green is definitely not out of this. They're only down by a stock here.
This momentum could definitely shift, but Wookiee off stage, Mardush off stage as well. It's looking horrendous, and the green team is going to be falling. Looks like that's 1 on the board for the boys from Georgia.
That's it, and you know what? They are, I would say, definitely considered the underdog in this matchup. And I think Wookiee, you can see on the screen, he looks a little shocked here. So he's trying to think about what he can do. They've got to compose themselves and try to adjust to this. So this team's play from the Georgia guys is definitely coming in handy right now. And we heard Wookiee say before they hadn't practiced teams together, so that could be the difference here.
You know, I saw some great awareness from Wookiee whenever it came down to playing the teams game. But from Mardush, I'd like to see him maybe clean up his game a bit. There was that unfortunate F smash on the right side of the stage early on into that last game that ended up costing a stock of his own teammates. So maybe if they're able to work on their team synergy a bit, be a little bit more aware of the zones that they're each covering, we could maybe see a shift in this game. We've certainly seen a shift the Pikachu is coming out instead, which I really enjoy. Again, Kirby being the hard counter to Falcon makes it so that it might be a pretty unfavorable matchup, but a character like Pikachu might be just enough to swing the game right back in favor of Green.
Yeah, definitely. So we see that character change, and right now you see Green controlling the stage. They take the first stocks from Blue. And Blue early on, Kirby was pushing people off the right side after Pikachu would throw them. They were doing some nice teamwork we saw from them. But the switch to Pikachu might have them overwhelmed here a little bit. So.
From a team presence standpoint, I say that Blue definitely capitalizes on offense, whereas Green capitalizes more so on defense. That's what I think of whenever I see this team, because you'll see situations where Blue will maybe have like a nice setup towards one of the Green team players, and a player like Wookiee will come in and go ahead and get the interruption just in time, very consistent.
To save his teammate? Yeah, definitely.
But again, it's one team playing on defense, one team playing on offense. That was the story in that last game, but right now it seems like a bit of a change in fate, so to say, as the Green team is holding on to this lead, and they're extending it by 2 stocks total.
Yeah, and that's really important for them, being down a game now. This is this could send them into losers if they lose here, so they're definitely turning up the heat. And
oh, that had to have been a mistake there. I think that the Blue player was focused on the Green Kirby on accident, and it resulted in him losing a stock a bit early there. Bit unfortunate for the Georgia boys.
Oh, and you see like the third player Pikachu holds the edge. He does the edge hog while Kirby's able to cover the stage, and that's good teams play on defense. One person goes low and one person covers high. Usually an edge hog is a good option. Give the person no chance to sweet spot. Oh, and a great reverse ledge DI from Kirby. And that up tilt will do it for that stock.
Bit of a 2v1 opportunity, but fortunately Wookiee able to go ahead and scrap out of that somehow. That was an excellent play by him.
And that was a great combo by, I believe, Kane. Ooh. I'm thinking that Kane is Pikachu and Kirbstomper is Kirby here, just so you know, on the on our players on the top left in the Blue team.
Trying to weave back and forth. Another 2v1 scenario here. Not necessarily the best capitalization, though, there. And it looks like that Green team member is going to go ahead and walk away relatively unscathed.
And Pikachu does a good job of covering Kirby's recovery right there. Kirby was in some trouble, and the Green Pikachus were looking to capitalize there, but Blue Pikachu loses his stock finally. And they're down just 1 stock here, looking to take this whole set. You can see he's kind of spacing on his own, and Kirbstomper waits for his opportunity, comes in and gets a hit, but that back throw will do it for his stock. So Blue is down to their last stock, each player here.
Great decision with that up air there. It covered behind as well as in front, so I was able to go ahead and alleviate pressure on the right side of the stage, but Blue team still down by 2 stocks.
Yeah, and they're getting pushed off the stage now, too.
Up smash, no time really to follow up, though. This might give them a potential opportunity here. Both of the Green team members kind of overextended a bit trying to secure that kill, and neither one of them was really able to find it.
Oh, nice nair to get himself back on the stage. Yeah, and we saw before that teamwork where one Green Pikachu up smashes, and Kirby comes in and helps, so he couldn't down B, but the other Pikachu runs in and gets his down B. Oh, great reverse ledge DI.
It's DI, I'm absolutely loving it, but I don't know.
Gonna be it.
So Kirbstomper fighting until the end there.
Yeah.
But wasn't really able to clutch it out. One thing that I did notice from Kirbstomper was he did have that really unfortunate F smash on Kane. And I think that especially whenever you consider the fact that I think it was like at one point 2 stocks total on Green and 3 stocks total on Blue.
2 stocks on
Sorry,
Green.
2 stocks on Blue.
And 3 on Green.
Okay. I think the fact that they had that friendly fire really affected them there. Because they had a situation where they maybe could have had a tie game. But again, that friendly fire coming into play and really making it so they weren't able to
like a 2-stock switch, you know, where it could have been tied up. Now they're down 2 stocks. So, yeah, absolutely. It's huge. I mean, Blue luckily had taken that first game, and now Green has momentum now. So, and they're keeping this character setup, which worked better for them than the Falcon.
Well, Mardush and Wookiee, they've managed to go ahead and climb out of the depths of the losers bracket and go ahead and make it to game number 3. Let's see if they can maybe hold down on if the boys from Georgia are going to be making some changes of their own. Those 2 back throws are going to be really good for ascertaining some stage control, but not. Oh, I don't know how I felt about the capitalization overall. The Nair, nice simple option, but it's more of a reset scenario rather than a finisher scenario.
Right, yeah, now see, everybody's back on the stage. Blue definitely had an opportunity to take stocks away. We had both Pikachus recovering to the top platform from Green, and they didn't really capitalize as well as they could have. Great F smash.
That's right.
Blue's got a stock lead, each of them with 5.
Even though they weren't able to really clean up their plate on that top platform, they certainly did it whenever it came to covering the edge. That F smash was very well placed, and Blue team holding on to this lead.
Ooh, and I think Blue is not going to make his recovery either way, but that F smash sealed the deal. And Kirby's going to have a chance to get back, but he's leaving Kane all alone on this level.
Exactly, and that's a talking point as well. Basically, at this point, you can look at Kirbstomper's stock and say that it's kind of void. And that gives you an opportunity to really set up for some nice sandwiches and have a really intrinsic punish game on the one blue team player alive. But the problem that we're seeing from the green team, again, whenever it comes to their teamwork capitalization, it's on defense. It's not on offense. And because of that, we're seeing that Kane is still holding onto his stock rather than losing it, despite the 2v1.
Right, yeah, they're going for that 2v1 on the remaining blue player and kind of letting the other player recover. And the stock is the most important thing, so you need to take those stocks away, and you need to keep your own. So the only time where you really have a question of what's priority, is it saving my opponent, saving my friend, or killing my opponent? You know, those are scenarios where you have to decide what's most important, but for the most part, you need to take a stock.
It's all about that threat assessment. We're going to be seeing some of that right now. Great F smash. Kirbstomper on fire with those in this set.
Yeah, sets himself up with that down air, gets a nice bounce, and punishes.
Bit of collusion right now towards the right side of the stage. It's going to result in the loss of a stock of a green team member. Maybe a chance here for the blue team to pull away. So let's talk about this game overall, right? 3 stocks apiece, 86% right now on Mardush. What does green team really need to do to go ahead and secure this lead again?
You know, they just have to keep playing their game and keep blue separated. Blue does a great job. And Kirby will be recovering a lot of times, and they don't finish the job. They need to finish the job there. Like, watch here. Kirby's recovering, and he gets a spike. This has been happening all set, where Kane will throw the Pikachu toward Kirby as he's recovering, and Kirby will just get a spike or a back air. And that's great awareness on Kirbstomper's part to be able to capitalize on a situation where you think he was actually in a bad position.
It's one team playing on defense, the other team playing on offense. The momentum right now feeling really in favor of Georgia.
Yeah, absolutely. They have only a 1-stock lead here, and green is pressuring, but Kane does a great job once again of covering. And look, Kirbstomper runs right out there to try to get that spike.
So if this might seem unorthodox, but I could maybe see the play here being a situation where you just kind of throw away Kirbstomper. For me, he's the big player on this blue team overall. And if he's forced to consistently recover, because of how long Kirby has to commit to actually recovering, you have a great 2v1 opportunity. But again, it's going to come down to whether or not the green team can capitalize on those sandwich situations. Right now, it's all about the blue team. They've done a fantastic job of separating and then dealing massive amounts of damage to the remaining player. It's been great to see them watch. But again, 1 stock left for this green team. They can still maybe bring this back. They just need to dig deep, and that Thunder is an excellent start, followed by that KO on Kirbstomper as well.
Absolutely, yeah. They're only down 1 stock here, and you're absolutely right. And that's another thing that you have to think about when you're playing teams and you're picking a character who has a really, really slow recovery. A lot of people like Samus in teams, and he is really good. Ooh, Kirby in a bad position here, but he gets on top of that forward smash, luckily for the blue team.
We've seen that a couple of times. The green team throwing these F smashes a bit early and not quite spacing them properly, and Kirbstomper's able to get around them very consistently. It's almost 1 stock apiece, but wow, just pixels away from surviving.
Yes.
And it looks like it's going to be Mardush against the world. He doesn't have it in him, and Georgia's going to be taking it over California.
That was an upset for sure. And, you know, Kirby was so close to being knocked out there, and Kane protected him. And, you know, that actually won them the match there because they really wanted to keep Kirby off so bad that they were going so hard toward that left side of the stage, and Kane just knew it. He just protected Kirby. And that's the thing in teams, you can't panic. You have to still, like, play the opponent, play the situation, and of course they know you're coming in for a save, you know, so you just have to be patient and try to bait them, trick them. And, you know, one of the things I wanted to say earlier was people love Samus in teams. And yeah, Samus can be really good in teams. He's got a great down air. He's got a lot of weapons in teams. But characters like Samus or Kirby or with slow airspeed, you know, on their recovery, they're moving all the way across the stage, and it takes them so long. Your Pikachu or whoever your teammate is left with such a long 1-on-2 situation while you recover. And a lot of the times, that's bad. But sometimes, like we saw in this match, it worked out for Blue. Kane was holding his own in a 2-on-1, back throwing people into Kirbstomper, and Kirbstomper was, like, spiking them for the stock. So, you know, I guess it can work out for you too.
Constantly putting them on defense. They didn't really have tempo in Game 1 or Game 3, and it resulted in the 2-1 that we just saw.
Yeah, absolutely.